My name's Rob. I work at GT with some really smart people. And when I have questions, I harass my coworkers. Let's talk to Brandon Jones. What the fuck is Destiny?
Wow.
I mean, just really, what is it? Is it an MMO? Is it an iPad game?
Why you gotta be all brash like that? Think of it like PlanetSide, but like really good. You know, like I don't know if you've played games like the concept of like an open world. Again, we're talking about open world stuff, but like a shooter MMO. I think a lot of people have tried to do that. I think there are some pretty cheesy MMOs out there in the fantasy realm, and I think fantasy gamers are a little more forgiving about that to try out and spend money on those types of games. But I think first-person people, like, it's really tough for them to make that bridge because they're like, I can play Call of Duty looks way better than this game. Why am I playing this free-to-play stupid like MMO? And I think the thing that's really exciting about Destiny is it's like the first time a company has made a humongous investment in that strategy and making like a big planet, huge open world that a bunch of people can explore, but strictly from a first-person perspective.
So it's a Halo MMO kind of thing. It's a first-person shooter MMO.
Correct.
Okay.
The big question that I have is what does like a town look like? Like what does it look like when you have a bunch of other players that aren't running around shooting people? Because they did a demo at E3, which is the last thing I saw of Destiny, and it looked, I could kind of get the concept. It looked very pretty, but like the actual like minute-to-minute gameplay just looked like a big multiplayer match for Halo, like a big co-op multiplayer match. So it's like how that world is actually set up and like how the social hubs work. If at the beginning you see them like port, basically like travel out, Jason Jones like drops in the middle of a valley after like a ship comes in and drops him in, and it's like, where did he come from and what did it look like when he left there? Like that's the big questions that I have.
For me, the question isn't what does the town look like? It's really what does the day-to-day missions look like?
The gameplay demo that they did looked like people were just kind of showing up out of nowhere, and so like, oh, I just happened to stumble upon this area and there were 10 people here, and it's like, could those 10 people then find 10 more people, and then could there be 100 people playing at once, or are you guys all kind of instanced into one area? But it seems to have a very, it seems to encourage exploration. Like they kind of go on a little like trip just through a factory, like to get up and around one other side, and it doesn't seem like when they get there it starts any kind of like, well, you're in this level now. So it does seem like a big open world. It's attractive to me because I whenever I think about a game I'm going to be spending a lot of time in, it's like, what's the dumbest thing that I'm going to do in this game? And like in MMOs and like World of Warcraft, it's like go kill 5 boars. It's like there's only so many times you can do that in a quest before you're just completely burnt out. And you look at like the dullest thing to do in Destiny, and it's like running around and chucking grenades and shooting rocket launchers, and that seems pretty fun.
Speaking of RPG, I mean, do we know anything about the RPG mechanics?
I definitely got a Borderlands vibe. Like they kill one guy and get some loot and get a special gun. So I think it would be smart for them, like you were saying at this point, to really get down to brass tacks and be like, here's what it is, here's how it works. Here's somebody playing it that's not some big epic like, we're all gonna chase around this thing and throw grenades on its back, but like, when I boot up the game, what happens? What am I logging into? Like, can I have a house? Like, are there, like that guy shows up in a jet. How do I get that? At what level do I get that? Are there levels? Like how does that stuff specifically work?
Do you think it's going to be something that someone can play a little bit more casually? Because for me, I can't really pick up a new MMO because I got so many other games and so much other stuff going on. I mean, have they announced anything like that about it yet, or no?
I think, I'm not that I know of, but I think that'd be really smart. It's the same thing as Elder Scrolls Online with Skyrim. So like, you're gonna have, Elder Scrolls Online's gonna have all these Skyrim fans. They're like, oh, cool, more Skyrim. And like, it's probably in the best interest of the guys making Elder Scrolls Online to make it as much like Skyrim as possible to like ease that transition. So like, if I want to invest a little bit of time in this, it shouldn't be like completely not worth it. It shouldn't be like, oh, well, there's $60, down the toilet. It's like, no, I just played it a little bit, and that was what I played was fun. And then if you want to like really invest time in, then you can reap more rewards. But yeah, I'm scared of it too. I mean, starting any new MMO is terrifying, just because it's like you got to have it's like having another chute on the your parachute. You're like, I got to have some reason to get out of this thing.
There's always, with any MMO, there's always that horrible balance between the MMO is so good, but it takes up so much time. It's gonna take over my life, and the better it is, the more it takes over my life. And it's this deal with the devil you've got to make.
That's what Destiny is. It's a deal with the devil. That's the answer to your question, Rob. That's what Destiny. For many gamers at home waiting with their headsets on, they're making deals with Satan as we speak to play Destiny.
Okay. Well, I will have to get my contract ready, my inkwell of fire all set, practice my calligraphy.
And when you figure out what the hell Destiny is, come over and let me know.
Oh, totally.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, off I go.